Hello everybody, my name is Keenan. Today we are playing a bit of Nautilus. Currently I am using the Halloween skin from many years past called Fright Night Nautilus. Personally, it is the best Nautilus skin, but it is also the only one I own. So the plan here, to go over to my item sets, almost exactly the same as last time I played Nautilus, just hopefully I'll be able to execute it better. Is going to be the hook first, build into Rod of Ages, into Boots and Thornmail, then into Undying Despair, Winter's Approach, and Eclipse. So reason why Winter's Approach and Eclipse is because they get massive shielding. Nautilus already gets really big shields by himself. And the Undying Despair, main reason for that one is just you heal back for a number of opponents around you. So I will have a bunch of shielding to give me time to heal, and the healing will just give me up enough health for my shields come back off of cooldown. And then we'll just do that loop. But reason why I start Rod of Ages is after 10 minutes of having the full item, it will give you a free level and also will give me 10 health, mana, and ability power every 60 seconds up to 10 times. And that's just a good start for Nautilus. So if I read this correctly, the Draven is actually a 1 million player. Which is just insanely high, in my opinion. And I don't know when he'll want to collapse on them. As in, when we rush them. But likely it will be level 2. They saw it coming. So they immediately backed up under tower. But if I get a full range hook, I might. Close, but no dice. So I do have flash. There's one, there's two. Come on, yes! So that's second blood. First blood looks like it was in middle by our Nico against their Yasuo. And I will be honest, I am not afraid of the Yuumi. They are extremely overpowered late game with their shielding and healing. But early game, they are pretty much worthless. So we got the feat of strength for getting 3 kills first. Draven looks like he's porting for his first item. And I will just sit here gathering XP. So what the Lucian is doing, Lucian, I call him Lucian, it's easier. But I think the proper pronunciation is Lucian. He is doing what is called freezing the lane. And that is just basically where you don't kill the minions until they're right about to die, so that they don't advance. I forgot to mention earlier, we do want to max out our shield as much as possible because it is actually our highest damaging effect. The stomp can hit 3 times if you perfectly time it, but this one gives us 44 damage per base attack for 2 seconds and also gives us a massive shield. And also we do have shield bash, so anytime we gain a shield, roughly 15% of that goes back into more damage. So 4 seconds till I could hook again. So I don't know where their Lucian went. There he is. Got a bit greedy on their part. And by that I mean my Lilia. And now the Nico died. So this guy will not expect me to just hook him. Well, most of the time they don't expect you to miss either. There's one. Ah. Did not have enough mana for it. Not mana, cooldown. So there's my first part of the Rod of Ages. So I need 1,300 more gold. Gonna say that Yasuo was pretty lucky because he just barely made it out of that, but he does have the fleet footwork. Gives you a good mobility boost. Get him to waste his dash. So the Lucian, or Lucian, I'm going to pronounce his name both ways probably every time I say his name. It's been so long since I faced him. He is really far behind our Draven in the sense of minion kills, which really does matter. So late game Draven, once he gets his full items, he can almost one-shot half the characters in the game. It's just how ridiculous he is. I don't like this angle. I'm gonna let him chase me a little bit. Once that minion pops, there we go. Power of the limited sight. And owned. Now the Rek'Sai, on the other hand, I gotta get out of here. Well, actually, I do have shield. Nope, he's gone. So that is how you play Nautilus. You just keep poking them, backing up, poke back up. She is actually decently in danger. Nah, she isn't. Ooh, yeah, I definitely overstayed my welcome. Booyah! And I still lived. So the whole thing with Nautilus is just trying to balance this one shield around all of your fights. Excuse me, sorry. As I was saying, your whole point of Nautilus is trying to balance the fights around his one shield ability. And that is why I'm going to get 2 more items that get me shields later on. Because that is just stacking his advantage and increasing the opportunity I have to force encounters that the opponents aren't ready for. So Draven, he does have the 3 items he needs for Bloodthirster. I do not know if he'll be coming back down here, but I think I'm going to go help our Nico. So now I can slightly bait Yasuo. That was a really well done flash out of him. And he's coming back for more. Yep, I just didn't have it. So the Nico, not Nico, Yumi. Wow, names. Biggest thing with that Yumi is just that she gives a whole bunch of shields, and the Rek'Sai is actually doing a really good job at dealing out damage. The only guy on their team that does any proper magic damage, though, is going to be their Malphite, so I'm going to go full armor. Yeah. Nothing he could do there. So they're really tying up the kills, which just means that we need this game to go on a little bit longer for our items to actually make a difference in the lead. Because Draven is still way ahead of Lucian, and after Draven gets his Infinity Edge, he will be very powerful. I'm actually going to stay bottom because if we get first tower, it will give us that feat of strength. Whack. Oh, darn. Get another thwack on him. And I'm just going to get out of here. Oh, drat. Not good. Yep, can't outrun that. I should have kept running, but I was afraid their Rek'Sai was going to come from north. So now I'm going to start building into my boots. I can't build into the armored advance until I get my second full item. Which is the improved boots, but I'm pretty close to getting my Thornmail. Now this Lilia is going to be playing with a bit of fire. There goes 2 enemies. Correction, 1. I think Lucian flashed.
An enemy has been slain.
Alright, with my items right now, I get 355 shields. And then an extra 100 damage on my base attack, not including the shield bash and the staggering blow. And Yumi is not getting away from us. Draven taking one with him. Ooh, actually. I would very much like Herald. So with Herald, the little eye that pops up on its back, that thing triggers after so many base attacks, and if you actually have two heroes hitting it, apparently, it will make that show up quicker. So she did get it, which is the main thing that matters. Sadly, a lot of us got destroyed, primarily from the Malphite and Yasuo ult. But looking at the stats, it already went off screen, but their primary damage is, as I said earlier, the physical damage. Yeah, I don't think she's making it out of that unless she flashes. And I wish I had another dollar because, as I said in some of my previous videos, I wish I had a dollar every time I forgot to grab the Oracle Lints, which I've done again. I'd say that is my number one character flaw when playing this game. So I would dive that Yasuo, but I am terribly lower level. And I knew that Rek'Sai was right there. I need 3 seconds. 2, 1. So that should be a full team wipe on their part. Flexing on them in the literal sense because Set does crunches whenever he does his dance emote for some reason. Alright, so I think I'm going to start the Undying Despair. Correction, I can get my full armored advance boots once I get the 500 gold. Yeah, they had a ward in the bush. It's never a good feeling. Gonna go ahead and drop burn on that. So their jungler has perished for 19 seconds, so that gives us plenty of time to get Dragon. Hopefully it will give us time to take the Akatan also. So they had 3 top, apparently. Yes, we got the smite. So you can see how much the Yuumi is doing for healing that guy. Shielding and healing, which is just absolutely absurd. Because Rek'Sai does get healing from attacks, but the shielding gave him enough. So he is getting shield from Eclipse, and then Yuumi increases his shielding and healing you get, mainly with the items she has. Set, you might think about getting Serpent's Fang. So that is the #1 anti-shield item. It's actually just very monstrous against anybody who builds a character who has shields. Because it reduces all shielding by 50% if you are a melee champion. Yeah, that Malphite is prepping a Yasuo ult. Because Malphite's ult does knock you up, and then if Yasuo can hit anybody with his ult that is knocked up, so he's just waiting for us to clump. Very dangerous. Yep, like that. Baited. So, biggest thing that happened there, besides my team just having amazing synergy and working well together. Yeah, I'm greedy. Darn, he didn't get it. Anyway, as I was saying, along with everything, I was locking them down because my base attack will root them if it is first time hit the target. So all of their guys were stuck. I'm losing to Grasp Rod of Ages. Oh, that is beautiful. He's saying Grasp of the Undying. That's funny. There are other runes that are decent for Nautilus, for the green. Instead of Grasp of the Undying, like one has it where it will heal your teammate so much health if you stun the enemy. That's #1 that people use with Nautilus, to my knowledge. But wonder what he typed. But anyway, Grasp of the Undying is, in my opinion, the absolute best. And I only use the absolute best. just because scaling health is very, very powerful, and the more health you have, the more his shield gets, or more shielding he gets. Oh, this is just mean. Oh, yeah. Lilia hits like a truck. So, again, what happened is I ulted, which knocks everybody up. I ulted the Malphite so that he wouldn't be able to be selective with his ult and waiting for all four of us to come because one of my teammates dove in there, which was the set. And it just, they had to engage or sacrifice one of their teammates. And even though it was very, very favoring us in that fight, they chose to stay. Some groups, I'm going to say more of in professional League of Legends, they have it where if they see a bad fight, they literally just leave and abandon their one teammate. Because it's better to lose one guy than lose the entire team. But you don't see professionals getting put in that position very often. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start building my Winter's Approach because the Tear of the Goddess will take a while to stack up. And I do wish to get that thing leveled up because once that is done, Winter's Approach will turn into Fulminate, which is the thing that gives me my shield. And that's every 8 seconds. And the shield apparently, it reads that it increases by 80% if there are multiple enemies nearby. There goes Yasuo. Their Yumi jumped on the Lucian and just ran. Yeah, I do not think that I am going to be getting my full build. That is the saddest thing about this build, is that I've only ever reached the full build once when playing League. Yeah, you're not going anywhere. Ah, Miguel's Blessing. Looks like they quit. So thank you all for watching. Have a good rest of your night. Like and subscribe and comment on champions that you wish for me to play.